Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Florence K. If you're here for the first time, please don't make it your last. Click on the subscribe button. If you're a returning subscriber, what's up, what's good, what's popping. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys a very weird and hilarious story. I was actually just with a friend and then I remembered this whole saga that happened at some point in my life. And it's weird, but Nollywood came true. Nollywood kind of saved my reputation. They kind of saved me from being in the, I don't even know what I would have been in, but I just don't like it when rumors go around about me that are not true. If they are true, we'll come and take it, because what you are saying is what I've done. But if I didn't do anything and I'm getting the blame, I absolutely don't like. I can't even tolerate it. I don't like it. Please do not lie on my head. That's where I am. So if you want to get the food taste, go and get your juice, go and get your tea, go and get whatever, and sit back and I'm going to gist you guys what's happening. So this stuff started off when I was in JS1. We're like fresh into the school and everything. I went to Nigerian Navy Secondary School. For the sake of people's like reputations and all those things, I will be switching some names. Definitely be switching some names, but I won't be switching some names because some names are important in this whole thing. But like, yeah, some names I'll definitely switch. So fresh into the school, we're just trying to like make friends, and I had like a group of friends that I made during orientation and all that stuff. So I had like 3 friends. I would just say one was BC, and I had like a very very close friend, and her name was Teresa, and me, Florence. So we were like 3 of us always together and stuff. And in just one, my friend Teresa, which is her real name, I'm using that name because I want to first ask you people, do I look like a Teresa? Like, if you saw me with someone now and they said that, oh, that's Teresa, but they didn't point at me, would you think that my name is Teresa? Like, do you think that name, there's some people that you just say and you say that name fits you, like, oh, you look like a Teresa, or you look like a Florence, or you look like a Abigail, or something like that, right? So I'm asking that question, do I look like a Teresa? If I do, please comment in the comment section. But basically, I and my friend Teresa were super close. We did almost everything in just one together, and this was just one first term, second term. We're almost like in the 3rd term, but in just one is like grade. I'll put the grade on the screen because I'm not sure of the grade. But in the first second term of just one, my friend Teresa started having a crush on this guy in school, and yeah, it's normal. At that age we were like 13. Were we 13? No, I don't know what age we were. I can't remember vividly, but that's when you start having crushes, I guess. So she was having a crush on this guy, and I knew she had a crush on him. It was fine that she had a crush on him. I absolutely did not like, I didn't hate the guy, but I just didn't see the reason why she was having a crush on him. And there were a lot of other females that were having a crush on him. To be honest, it was just there to me. I don't know. Weirdly, to be very honest, I didn't have a crush on him, but a lot of people did at that point. So it was fine. And she told me that, oh, she has a crush on this guy. And I was like, okay, cool. And then she told me this like end of first term, and then second term started, and then I realized she started saying that she actually really, really, really likes this guy. Like, oh, that likeness for the guy has been increasing. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, okay. To me, the kind of person I am at that point in my life, if I'm crushing on somebody, we just die crushing. Like, I would never, I would not say anything. I don't know how to explain it, but I would just keep on crushing. At that point in my life, like I was in JS1, obviously, so just keep on crushing. That's what I thought. But my friend, she was quite different. She was very like expressive, which I kind of admired. I admired like the fact that she was very expressive. So she resulted into writing a love letter to this guy. I was in no support of the love letter, because it's like, man, if you tell somebody something like, oh, I like you, to his face, and he goes back and he's like, he doesn't like you, and he's like gisting his friends that, oh, this girl actually came to tell me that she likes me. It's his word against your word, right? And that's fine. But writing a letter is like evidence. I'm like, why are you giving these people evidence? Like, why do you want them to know? Like, now you cannot deny. If the guy just what will I say? He says that he does not like you back. It's quite embarrassing. I was just like, why? I was not comfortable with the whole love letter stuff because that was like evidence. And another thing in just one love letter, if your teacher gets to catch you with like a love letter or something, you're in trouble. That kind of, oh, who wrote the letter? I'm just like, do you really want to do with all this? You want to deal with all that garbage and stuff? But she was quite different from me, and I understood that. And she wrote the first love letter. I can't even remember if the guy sent her a response or something, or he just didn't say anything. But I would say for sure she wrote more than 5 love letters to this guy, and I was just not comfortable. And she was really like expressing her feelings and saying how she felt. I was like, okay, this is very interesting. As all this was happening, I was just like, nah, something should come back. And sometimes I think he sent her the letter back, and I was just like, girl, like, I don't know if he was saying that he didn't like her or something, but she was always sending letters to him. And I noticed that people were now acting weird towards like my friend group in JS1. And I just feel like first impressions matter. JS1 is kind of like the year whereby you make a statement in terms of like, for your junior school life, you just kind of make a statement that I'm this kind of person. If you're going to be one of like the people that like, I don't know how to explain it, but I just wasn't comfortable with the fact that everyone was noticing what was going on. And when they say, tell me your friend and I'll show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are, that affected me because of, it was not, the old love letter stuff was not just ascribed to just it was like to the whole group. And I was like, I was so uncomfortable with it. I was like, can you just stop writing this? This girl will cry. And we used to stay in school like after school hours to do certain things. I don't even know, like we had like we stayed back to, actually I used to go home late for some reason. I can't even remember why we were going home late, but yeah, it gave us more time for me to spend with her and get to know that the fact that she was really into this guy at that point. So in Nigeria, every secondary school, you clean the classes yourself. So you sweep your class because it was a boarding school and everything, boarding and day school. I was a day student. So you clean the classes yourself. So when is our day on the roster to clean the class after school, we always stay back to clean. So most of that, and coincidentally this day kind of like matched with this guy's day to also clean his own class. We were not in the same class, so he was in another class and we were in another class, but it was still the same GS1 mid-grade, whatever, I'll put it down here. So at that point I was hearing the rumors. I was very uncomfortable. I was feeling the eyes on us all the time, and I was just like, girl, I'm not comfortable with this thing. Like, can you just stop? You know when you feel like slapping your friend? Like, can you snap out of this? That's what I felt. Like, thinking of, like, trying to remember my feelings at that point. I was so mad at her. Like, why are you doing this? And honest truth is that because of how I was like, can you just stop? Can you just stop? She stopped telling me if she kept on writing the love letter to this guy. She stopped. Like, she just absolutely stopped telling me anything pertaining to the guy. I knew she still liked him, but she didn't tell me anything pertaining to him anymore. So I assumed, because I didn't know that she just stopped talking to me about the guy, I just assumed that our likeness for the guy had reduced, or she had come to her senses and she was no more like sending him love letters. Until one fateful day, we're cleaning the class, and she and my other friend BC, they were just acting weird. They were acting really funny. I was just like, what's wrong with people? Like, why people acting like that? Lo and behold. I now found out that she was sending a love letter to him, and this time the guy replied, and he was like, oh, that, I mean, he sounded like he wanted to be nice. He didn't want to tell her that, oh, I don't like you. Neither did he tell her that, oh, I like you. He was just like, oh, like he wants to focus on his studies and stuff. and she was sad and trying to reply back, and that's when I noticed what was going on. I was like, so you are still on this, like you're still sending this guy love letter and all those things. And please, if you send love letter in your high school or your primary school, whatever, can you comment down below? Because I was never on that trend. I never sent love letters, but people apparently did. And I was like, you must have mind, because this love letter is evidence. So she sent it to this guy again, and this time we were going home, and the guy was going home with his friends too. And he had like a friend that was in an older class, that was like in GS3, 2 classes ahead of us, and he had friends that were in the same class as we were, and all of us were like going home but separately, right? So my group were actually in front of these guys and they were walking behind us, and I just noticed that the guy was pointing and saying like, yeah, pointing at towards us and saying stuff to his friend, and his friend was just like laughing and shaking his head and stuff. I felt like, man, like, this is what you're putting us through. I just felt like I'm not comfortable with this thing again. So I was slowly withdrawing from this friendship, but I really, really liked Teresa at that point. So I didn't just like break it off. I was really close to her. So I was like, I'm not going to be following to be doing all these things. If you want to do it, continue. But please try as much as possible to keep my name or keep me out of it. One fateful day, we're chilling like after school. We're buying stuff outside school on our way home, and then this girl, I'll just say her name was Abigail. She was just looking at me and looking at me, my friends, and saying something to our other friends. And she was saying something, and I don't know this girl before, but I know she's in my school, and I know she's in my set, like the same GS1 class. But she wasn't, I have never spoken to her before. So she was just saying something and pointing towards me. So her friend was now like, go and ask her. So she was now walking towards me. God, my heart was beating. I was just like, what do they want to come and ask us? I didn't know they were even coming to me. They now came to me. In my mind, I was just like, man, these girls want to probably talk about the letter. At that moment, I was really mad. But I wasn't sure, so I didn't say it. I was just like, God, like, what's going on here? The girl now came to me and said that, have you acted a movie before? And I was like, have I acted a movie before? She said, yeah. Like, have you acted in a movie before? I was like, yes. And she was like, oh yeah, because I saw you in a movie and you were like, I was like, oh, I know this girl that she goes to our school, that, oh my God, this looks like Teresa, that she goes to my. I was like, Teresa?
What is it?
Promise me you will not tell my mommy what I want to tell you.
Okay, I will not tell your mommy.
Promise me you will tell my daddy, but you will not tell me that I told you.
I promise.
Again, promise me you will advise my mommy.
Emanuela. What is all this promise me?
Please now, promise me.
Yeah. Okay, I promise. Miss, promise me. Come and tell me. I'm listening.
I want to say it to your ear so that Melba will not hear it.
Yeah, come and tell me.
And she was like, oh yeah, now you're not Teresa. Like when I saw it, I was telling my friends that you are the one, that Teresa is the one. I was like, yeah, I was like, what movie? Like, what's the name of the movie? She now called the name of the movie, right? It was a Nollywood movie. And she was now like, oh yeah. And I was like, oh yeah, that was me, but my name is not Teresa. She was like, your name is not Teresa. I said, no, my name is not Teresa. And you know the worst part? This girl I'm talking to is in the same class as my friend's crush. So she's in the same class as my friend's crush. She's like, oh, so you're not Teresa? I was like, no, I'm not Teresa. My name is Florence. She was like, oh my God, that they actually like switched our names. That I look more like a Teresa and she looks more like a Florence. And that she just said that, and I was like, what do you mean? Like, she didn't say any other thing. She was like, oh, but yeah, I really like the movie and stuff. I was just like, I beg, I only acted once since. I don't know what you're talking about. So I was not like trying to make friends with her because I wanted to understand why she said what she said. Because if you're thinking that way, pretty much more people will be thinking that way, that oh, she's Teresa, she's Florence, and I'm Teresa. I was not just comfortable with it. So I now asked her, like, after some days, I now like saw the girl again. I was just with the girl, and I asked her, like, oh, why did you say that I look more like a Teresa? She said that, oh, that in her class that the boys used to talk about a Teresa, and they found out that, oh, one person in our friend group was Teresa, and I fit the profile. God, basically that I fit the profile for somebody that can be writing love letter or all those things. I was like, are you serious? Like, they used to talk about a Teresa in your class and you thought I was the Teresa? She said yes, that they're always pointing at me that that's Teresa. I was like, hey, explains the weird treatment, explains why I will come to your class to like maybe borrow a note or something, and someone will be looking at me weird. Just like, I thought that it was all because of I was friends with Teresa, not that I am Teresa. I was like, what is going on here? I went back to meet Teresa and I was just like, Teresa, like, are you hearing what's going on? Everyone basically thinks I'm you, so everyone basically thinks I'm the one writing the love letter, and I'm not comfortable with this, and I want you to go and tell them. I was just like, please just clear my name. Can you just go and tell them that you are Teresa and I am Florence? Like, we're separate people. Like, don't. I was so mad, and it's the issues that she knew. At some point, she found out that they thought I was Teresa, and she just didn't say anything about it. Because someone has spoken to her earlier about it, that oh, like, you should stay away from your friend, that they always talk about her in my class, and it had gone around the old GS1 classes that oh, there's this girl that's always writing love letter to, let me call him Paul, yeah, that they, God forbid, I just thought of blue therapy, I'm sorry, but she just said that she knew that people were saying, oh, there's this girl that's always writing love letters to Paul, and they thought I was the one. And at that point, when this whole thing was going down, was in GS1 third term, I was just like, nah fam, I'm not going to deal with this again. I just basically zoned out of the friendship. I cut the friendship. We used to go home together. I used to go to her house a lot. She used to come to my house sometimes, like not as much. We did stuff together, read together. I was like, nah, see, not for me. Because of a boy, my reputation is not going to be destroyed. I was like, please cut me out of this. And that's how I just broke up my friendship. And legit, Nolly would save my life. Like, Nolly would save my reputation. Because imagine you having that reputation of writing a love letter right from GS1. High school is brutal. So I don't think they will ever forget. They will probably taunt you for the rest of your life with that stuff. And yeah, so that's how Nollywood saved my life, and I cut off my friend because of a guy. I just couldn't deal with the old stuff. Yeah, so if you guys have any funny stories about like high school love, GS1 love letter stuff, you guys should comment in the comment section. Hopefully people found this story time interesting. I have a bunch, thinking back, I have a bunch of stories and funny stupid things that have happened in my life. So if you guys want to hear more, please comment down below and give this video a thumbs up so that more people get to see this video. And thank you guys for watching. See you guys in my next one. Bye.